All right, I just got this new Wacom bamboo tablet to let me write. I'm going to try one of these Sal Khan letters. It's actually quite difficult to write. So I tried to write, and you see here that takes a bit of practice. He's quite good at it. I'm going to talk about today Thomas Piketty. His Sal Khan's idea that is. Let's see if I can do this here. Is inequality bad? I mean, he asked that question. And he comes up with the conclusion, well, mathematically, I can contrive an example where it might not be bad. So, I want you to make your own decision, which I think is interesting in its own right. But let's take a look at what he has here. And this is my reproduction of his little lecture notes. He starts off with, a box, and he says this is the national income. Okay. And suppose the top 10% have one third and the other 90% have two-thirds. And it's important to remember this is only 10% of people having the purple here, 90% having the two-thirds here. It says now we can have two cases. Case one, there's no growth. I think he uses the word static. And in that case, if the top 10%, then has a half of the income, that's clearly worse for everybody, is visualized by the smaller area of these rectangles. And there's another case. He says, well, suppose we have growth. Okay. If there's growth, then we go to a situation where the top 10% has one half, but now the other 90% has one half. Remember, one half is smaller than two-thirds, but this area is bigger than this. If I were to draw the two-thirds next to it, the area of the square is bigger. And so he comes up with this conclusion that, inequality might not be bad. Well, this is a purely abstract examples, and we can contrive, examples all day. But let's take a look here at some data and see what does reality look like. So here's the U.S. federal minimum wage, and here's the light color is the one that's adjusted for inflation. So we see that there's a high of in 1968. Looks like we have about $11. I can put a little dot on that. So here we have about $11. And now if we look over here, we have about $7. So we see that, and if you look at the Piketty graphs, I don't have them here, but as inequality increases, well, that means that some people are making more money and some people are making less. So here, this is, right after the Great Depression. We see that as inequality is decreasing, the minimum wage is increasing. So I guess it's a question, is it good to have a race of, or a class of people that are basically, peons? Is that good? So, and we're not talking about, a socialist society or overthrowing anything here, but I mean, is inequality good? I'm going to go ahead and say no.